In the vast tapestry of life, there are moments when we find ourselves suspended in a state of anticipation, waiting for the next chapter to unfold. These periods of waiting can be both profound and challenging, testing our patience, resilience, and faith. However, amidst the uncertainty and the longing for change, there exists a beacon of hope and unwavering trust in a higher power in God. The concept of waiting is deeply woven into the fabric of many spiritual and religious traditions. It is seen as a time of preparation, growth, and alignment with divine timing. In Christianity, for instance, waiting is often portrayed as an essential part of the journey of faith. It is during these moments of waiting that believers are called to trust in God's plan, to have faith that He is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events for their ultimate good. The notion of trusting God's timing is beautifully captured in the words of the Psalms. Wait for the Lord. Be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. This verse enclaves the essence of waiting, the hope and confidence, knowing that God's timing is perfect and His plans are far greater than our own. Yet trusting God in the waiting is not always easy. It requires surrendering our desires, fears, and uncertainties to Him, relinquishing control and embracing His will wholeheartedly. It demands a steadfast belief that God is faithful, even when circumstances seem bleak and our prayers appear unanswered. In the midst of waiting for a transition, whether it be a career change, a relationship breakthrough, or a personal transformation, our faith can be tested to its limits. We may be tempted to grow restless, to doubt, or to seek shortcuts to our desired outcomes. However, it is precisely in these moments of uncertainty that our trust in God must deepen. The story of Joseph in the Bible serves as a poignant reminder of the power of trusting God in the waiting. Joseph endured years of hardship, betrayal, and imprisonment before eventually rising to prominence as a leader in Egypt. Throughout his journey, he remained steadfast in his faith, trusting that God's plan for his life would ultimately prevail. In the end, Joseph's waiting was not in vain. It was a crucial part of God's divine strategy, leading to the fulfillment of His purpose. Similarly, we know as the periods of waiting serve a purpose far beyond what we can comprehend. They are times of refinement, of pruning, and of spiritual growth. They teach us patience, perseverance, and humility. They remind us that God's ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Trusting God in the waiting is not passive resignation. It is an active choice to anchor our faith in His promises. It is a declaration of our belief that God is faithful, that He's working all things together for our good, and that He will never leave us nor forsake us. 13.5. In the book of Isaiah, we are encouraged to wait for the Lord. Be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. This verse reminds us that waiting is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our strength in God, our active courage to trust in His timing, even when the world around us yearns for immediacy and instant gratification. As we navigate the seasons of waiting in our lives, let us hold fast to our faith, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. Let us lean not on our own understanding, but trust in His wisdom, with His goodness. Let us surrender our timelines and agendas and embrace the beauty of His perfect timing. Ultimately, the waiting is not just about the destination. It is about the journey, about the transformation. It occurs within us as we learn to trust God more deeply. It is about the lessons we learn, the character we develop, and the intimacy we cultivate with our Creator. So let us embrace the waiting with willing hearts and unwavering faith, knowing that in God's perfect timing, our transitions will come to fruition, and His purposes will be fulfilled. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Trust God in your waiting, have faith in Him for a transition. In the moments of uncertainty, when time seems to stretch endlessly, and the path forward appears obscured, it's natural to feel anxious, restless, or even discouraged. That amidst the chaos of waiting, there lies an opportunity for profound growth. For it is in the waiting that we learn to surrender to a higher power, to relinquish control, and place our trust in the divine plan that unfolds before us. The journey of waiting is not merely about the passage of time, but about the transformation that occurs within us. It's about learning patience, resilience, humility qualified forged in the crucible of adversity. It's about embracing the unknown with an unwavering belief that everything happens for a reason. That even the most prolonged seasons of waiting serve a purpose in the grand tapestry of our lives. For some, the waiting may be for a new job opportunity, a breakthrough in their career, or a long-awaited dream to materialize. For others, it may be in anticipation of healing, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. Regardless of the circumstances, the key lies in trusting that God's timing is perfect, that He sees the bigger picture even when we're consumed by the minutiae of our daily struggles. In the Bible, we find countless stories of individuals who experienced seasons of waiting and transition. Abraham and Sarah waited decades for the fulfillment of God's promise of a son. Joseph endured years of slavery and imprisonment before ascending to a position of power and influence in Egypt. The Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years before entering the Promised Land. In each of these narratives, we see how God used the waiting period to refine, strengthen, and prepare His people for the blessings that awaited them. Similar to lives, God often uses seasons of waiting as a time of preparation for the next chapter. It's a time for introspection, for deepening our faith, and for aligning our will with His. It's a time to surrender our desires, our fears, and our doubts at the feet of the one who holds the universe in His hands, and trusts that He will meet us where we need to be. Having faith in God doesn't mean that the waiting will be easy or painless. There will be moments of doubt, moments of frustration, and moments of despair. Yet, it's precisely in those moments that our faith is tested and strengthened, which when we choose to hold on to hope, despite the darkness that surrounds us, that we experience the transformative power of God's love and grace. Moreover, while we may be fixated on the destination, it's essential to remember that the journey itself is part of God's plan. It's in the waiting that we discover hidden blessings, unexpected opportunities, and divine interventions that we would have otherwise overlooked. It's where we learn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, to find joy in the midst of trials, and to cultivate a spirit of gratitude for all that we have been given. In the book of Isaiah, we are reminded, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. We shall walk and not faint." This verse serves as a beacon of hope for all who find themselves in the midst of waiting. It reassures us that as we place our trust in God, He will sustain us, uplift us, and empower us to persevere through even the most challenging seasons of life. So, as you navigate the uncertainties of waiting and anticipate the dawn of a new chapter, hold fast to your faith. Trust in the goodness of God, knowing that He is working all things together for your good. Embrace the waiting as an opportunity for growth, for transformation, and for drawing closer to the one who holds your future in His hands. And above all, have faith that in God's perfect timing, the transition you seek will come to fruition, bringing with it blessings beyond measure.